Hey guys, Garrett here, and today we're in my dad's garage. Found this big hunk of something, and we got 12 gigs of RAM in it. And I guess we're just going to see what's going to happen. So we got this. We're going to install a solid state and a hard drive. We got this big thing of, I guess you could call it a PC. And then you got a legendary keyboard. And then we got an old monitor. And I guess we're going to see if we can play Fortnite on it. How many frames we're going to get. If we play Smite, it might not even be able to do that.
Well, what kind of processor?
I have no idea.
Yeah, we don't know what kind of processor.
We went inside and it's just like paint over it or something.
Yeah, it's covered by the heatsink, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know what's on the hard drive. We don't know what's in the, what kind of processor. We know it's got 12 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, we do know that. Of DDR3.
DDR3.
Like that anymore.
Old crappy monitor. There's an old crappy monitor, right? And we're just going to install Windows 10 and see what happens, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess. So here's our hard drive with 1 terabit.
And where was that? What were we doing with that?
We're going to install it into the PC.
No, before. Where was that hard drive?
Just in my dad's dresser.
Yeah, we weren't using it at all, but it's a good, show us up close what it is. It's a good, that's too close. It's a good solid state hard drive, 1 terabit, SATA. So we're going to see. All right, so open up the case. Let's see what's in it.
It's a lot of dust.
On the back, you've got some dedicated ports. Looks like a display port. That's pretty good. Run some HDMI on that. Got some USB 2, Ethernet, USB 3. Pull that case off. Let's see what's in it.
You put tape over it.
All right, it'll be all right. Just pull it. All right, on the inside, you can see the processor's covered by the heat sink, so we'll have to wait till we boot it up.
Let's pop out the RAM so they can see.
No. Just we knew it's DDR3, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 sticks. One's 4 gig, one's 8 gig. Other than that, nothing special to look at. I think this thing even has a CD drive still in it. Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's over here.
Here's a CD drive.
Look.
And an old crappy hard drive.
There's a DVD player in it.
Yeah, DVD CD player. So we fixing to put Windows 10 and see what happens, aren't we?
Yep.
Hey, hold that cable up. Show it to me. So Everett actually held up this cable, and this shows you it's a generational thing. What'd you just say to me?
What is this?
What is this? It's called VGA.
All right.
It runs the video from the desktop into the monitor.
Everything's Bluetooth these days. So.
Bluetooth doesn't do video anyway, man.
But still, it is Bluetooth.
No, Bluetooth would be HDMI. Nowadays, you're going to do video on HDMI. But back in the day, we used VGA. All right, so what are we doing, Everett?
So right now, we are making a bootable.
A Windows bootable.
A Windows bootable on this jump drive right here. And we're going to copy it over.
To the hard drive on this desktop, right? And what do we boot it into on the desktop? What is that?
It's like the BIOS thing.
Yeah, the BIOS. So on the Mac, we're using the Mac terminal to copy the ISO data onto this jump drive so we can boot from that jump drive to install it in the hard drive over here on the desktop. Right? And we found out that this has an i5 Intel processor, but we're not sure what.
Well, how many cores it's got?
Right. So right now we're just waiting on this to copy over. So hold on, Everett. So why do we need the iPad? Why is it out?
You need to watch a YouTube video to help us.
So somebody recommended this program to me, Rufus. If I were you and you're trying to make a Windows bootable and you've got the ISO file, which I've got right here on the desktop, this program Rufus makes it really, really easy. So I just went on Google and I searched Rufus to make bootable USB. When you press enter, it's the very first link. Right here, Rufus. And then you can just download it. So if you scroll down, here's the download button right here. Super easy to make a Windows bootable. Let's give an update. Let's give an update real quick. So we made a bootable USB. Just this little white Samsung USB.
Yeah.
We're booting from it. So now we're installing what?
Windows 10.
That's right. So you got to go through the setup menu, right?
Yep.
All right. And then you can see our external solid-state hard drive that we're going to install the OS on.
Now,
Go ahead.
some goals I would like to set for this is if we get 30 frames, I will be thrilled. Absolutely thrilled if we get 30 frames. Because
Okay.
this thing is a big i5 processor, baby.
Okay, anything else?
No, not really. So as you can see right here, we are installing Windows. Currently, we have already copied Windows files, and right now we are getting files ready for installation.
So what you going to go do while it's doing that?
Eat.
Good. All
Well,
right, so Windows is installed.
we did it. We got this thing, and we did all the hard drive stuff. We went to, what was it called?
What do you mean?
BIOS. We went to this BIOS thing. We watched YouTube videos, and we're now on Windows 10. Now I'm going to show you some frame rates of Fortnite.
Well, we got to download Fortnite and
We
Smite.
got to go to Epic Games.
Yeah, get that stuff downloaded.
Yeah.
Also, let's get in there and figure out what the processor in this thing is. All right, so we went in the system information.
And we got some shocking news. Well, I was right about the i5 processor, but I thought it would be a dual core.
Or even single core. I mean, this thing was just sitting in the
this thing's
garage.
old.
Yeah.
4 cores.
This
is crazy.
So it's a 4-core processor.
It's got 2.9 gigahertz. That's not bad.
2.9 gigahertz 4-core processor and 12 gigs of RAM. And then, like we talked about earlier, a solid-state hard drive.
Yeah.
I mean, as they would say, we're cooking with gas.
If we could just swap out the motherboard and put a better processor, I mean, we got a good PC right here.
You know, we've got the motherboard. We might could just buy like a 8-core processor and stick it in there and just swap it out.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I like that. That could be a whole separate video, too.
So what you about to do now?
I'm about to download some games, see how this thing really runs.
All right, so where are we at right now, Everett?
So we are installing Fortnite, praying for 30 frames. After seeing this thing downloading, it going so fast, maybe 60 frames.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know what gives you more frames or not more frames, but you got a 4-gig processor, 12 gigs of RAM. It's not a monster,
Yeah.
but it's better than we expected.
What we're expecting is later in the future, I think we're going to swap out the processor because it's just an i5, stick an i9 in there. We got a freaking monster in our hands. And swap out the RAM. We only got 12 of DDR3.
And it may not allow us to put an i9 in it, but we'll give it a try.
Yeah, we're going to give it a try.
All right, so this is the moment we've all been waiting for.
A moment of truth right here.
So we're about to find out how many frames this old crappy computer is going to get. All right, we got the moment of truth.
Yeah.
Here's Mom. She's not really interested, but she's here. Here's Everett. Loading up. Let's see what happens. All right, there she blows. So what are we here? How we doing?
We're doing good. This is actually not bad at all.
So you're running 60 frames right now?
Yes, sir.
And it's working?
Yeah.
So what is your ping?
Ping, I gotta turn it on. I don't have it on.
But the 60 frames is working?
Yes, sir.
So we're getting a good experience right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's decent. I wouldn't call it great, but it's okay.
So what's your overall thoughts?
It was a good experience. I mean, this is going to run Adobe on it. That's probably what I'm going to mainly use this for. And I just use my iPad for gaming. But yeah, this is great. This is really cool.
All right, so here's our final setup.
Very shocked at the moment how good the picture is.
You're running 60 frames, but it was going to let you go up to 240, wasn't it?
Hold up.
So we just set the monitor on the desktop. He's got a headset plugged in and seems pretty happy. So Everett, now how many frames are you on?
Well, 120. I could go to 240 if I would like, but
So it's working good, huh?
yeah.